Yes.
May it please, Manoj. The batch of cases, from what I can see, it deals with. I'm just telling you of the entire batch. I am in the Uttarakhand
These are
batch.
transfer petition.
There are 2 transfer petitions, 2 SLPs, 2 batches of SLPs, 2 batches of transfer petitions. Just give this chart. It emerges from Punjab and Rajasthan are the transfer petitions. I'm just giving a chart. So I'm only in the Uttarakhand batch, but I thought this will help you because it's a long batch. The other 2 are Himachal and Uttarakhand, which are the SLPs.
The teachers' cases.
Teachers' cases. Teachers get a common issue.
Devesh Sharma.
Devesh Sharma.
And the clarification.
Usually, if there's an interruption, that means they are on a week weekend. Because otherwise, they would have let me argue.
We will remember this. We will remember this for.
That's why I don't interrupt. Well, so the common issue, I'll just explain. So Punjab, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan. In Punjab and Rajasthan, the first and last one, give them. First and last ones,
Yes.
the petitions, writ petitions are pending in the High Courts. Transfers are filed here because same issues are here because the SLPs are coming from Himachal and Uttarakhand. The issue is a very simple one in my view. The issue is this. When Section 23 of the Right to Education Act was amended in 2017, with effect from 2015, with reference to the minimum qualifications required for teachers to teach the primary level, we are only considering classes 1 to 5. The amendment provided that those who were in service must, within a 4-year period of 2015, 31st March 2015, that means by 31st March 2019, all those teachers who were in the saddle with whatever qualifications they had must obtain by bridge courses either a 18-month equivalent DLED or a 6-month bridge course for BEd. We are BEd. If you have that, then you are treated as eligible. You're treated as a teacher. You have an eligible qualification under the RTE Act. Now, the RTE Act initially, when 23 came out, provided that under 23, you will anoint one particular agency of the government who will be the agency who will lay down the qualifications. That came to be the NCTE, the National Council for Teacher Education, under the NCTE Act. Now, amendments were made to the NCTE Act also. Certain issues arose because there were many compliances under this act. The central government sends letters to all the chief secretaries of all the various states saying, look, it's already 2017. The amendment, that proviso which was inserted in section 23 came in 2017 with effect from 15, saying within 4 years, have it in place. So obviously they were in a rush because the longer of those 2 bridge courses, the DLED one is an 18-month course. So the Ministry of Human Resources was writing to all the chief secretaries of various states saying you don't have much time. Please, by December 2017, please ensure that you have the course ready, you have the agencies engaged, etc. One of those agencies is the NIOS for open schooling. So the NIOS, which offers this 18-month course or the 6-month course as the case is recognized by 2 notifications of the same day. They offer these courses, and those who are teachers sitting in the saddle, this is an important distinction, who are teachers at that point of time, undertake the bridge courses. They undertake the bridge courses, they're registered on a portal, and all those who register after that and complete the courses successfully are treated as valid teachers. 3 batches of cases arise. Let me just explain what those are. Let's give this also. Now, this is just to explain that we shouldn't conflate this case with the Devesh Sharma case. That's why I want to show your lordship what the difference is. These 3, just so that you can see, the 2 qualifications are BEd and DLED, Diploma in Elementary Education and the Bachelor in Education. Now, BEd, the case that came up from the Rajasthan High Court, came to this court in Devesh Sharma, was whether BEd, please note only BEd. It's not BEd plus 6 months plus a bridge course. It's only BEd. Is that enough to be an eligible teacher for recruitment in primary education? Your lordships looked at it in detail, sustained the Rajasthan High Court judgment, which struck down the notification which allowed just BEd to be a qualification. So I hope I'm making myself clear. Devesh Sharma and the review order says, look, if you're only relying on BEd, you are not eligible. That is what Devesh Sharma deals with. There was a subsequent review slash clarification order in Devesh Sharma, which said that, however, if you have in the meantime got interim orders from any of the high courts, because many cases, many states came up one way or the other, either the B.Ed candidates came up or the DLED, largely to the B.Ed candidates who came up. They said that, however, if you have already had an interim order in your favor and you had been appointed, then provided you are able to get that bridge course completed of 6 months, we will treat you as eligible. So that is category 1. We are not that. We believe the impugned judgments in both Uttarakhand as well as in Himachal have gone in error saying Devesh covers you, so you're out. Importantly, Devesh was not dealing with the situation where teachers who were in the saddle in 2017 when the amendment were brought, who had completed their 6-month bridge course by 31st March 2019. It was not dealing with that. I had the occasion to appear in the review in Devesh. It was not dealing with that case. The second stream is the NIOS DLED. This is for the other DLED qualification, where an 18-month open schooling recognized course was done by the DLED candidates. In that, your lordships initially said that in Vishwanath, the initial primary judgment is a judgment of 28 November 2023. What we have referred to here is the review order, which clarified on 10th December 24, with effect from original 28 November 23, that this course, if you have done that 18-month course as a DLED person, you will still be considered, you will be treated as eligible. And if there are recruitment processes which are on, you can participate in it. That is the second category. The third category is us. We are B.Ed. We were based on our B.Ed qualification because the 2010 original notification had said one of the qualifications was B.Ed. So we had been recruited, we were appointed, most of us in private schools, some of us in government schools, but we're all appointed and teaching. We're teaching class 1 to class.
The problem with those who are appointed in government schools, why they are in litigation?
There's nobody here from what I
You
understand.
just now said that some of us were appointed in government schools.
No, I'm saying that, yeah, because I'm talking about all the 4 states. There are 4 states. Now,
So that's what we are asking. The ones who have already been appointed in government schools, why are they in litigation?
any of the states? Government schools? No, is there anybody in government schools in the 4 states? Can we answer that?
You only argue this.
I just presumed. I may be.
All right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No.
So you are all teachers appointed in private schools
Yes.
who want to
Participate in government schools. In government
recruitment.
schools. Your lordships are right. I was wrong.
Recruitment.
I was just being overcautious in this because I'm only really dealing with the Uttarakhand batch. So we are all teachers, validly appointed, eligible.
Appointed in private schools. So validity or not validly is not relevant.
No. I'm sorry. Let me just clarify. Under the NCTE and the previous regime, it was required for me.
Even in a private school.
Yes, even in private schools, with effect from in the 2000.
B.Ed course was compulsory.
It was compulsory.
Right.
It was compulsory. It is specific. I'll just show your lordship. We have a convenience companion which has.
We understand now.
Yes. So that's
But
the issue.
Now
Yes.
for a recruitment in a government school,
Yes.
you need DLED. That is what the mandate of Devesh Sharma is.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
Very well.
now when I want to apply, the rules earlier would have permitted a B.Ed with just a plain B.Ed to be recruited, or now after the amendment came in, those who were already sitting with the B.Ed who have completed the 6 months by 31st March 2019 to be appointed. The rules in the respective states were amended to remove B.Ed as a qualification itself altogether.
Before the recruitment process started.
Before. No, in our case before. In our case before. I have the dates.
All right.
No. The rules were amended before. Rule 9 was amended.
Thereafter, only advertisement was issued in 2000.
Not Devesh Sharma.
Thereafter,
I understood
Rules must have been amended after Devesh Sharma.
After Devesh,
Right.
that's correct.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I understood your lordship's question to be whether the advertisement was after the rules were amended. I'm saying yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe I'm only on these facts.
All right.
So
now
the rule 9, particularly in Uttarakhand, was amended to remove that B.Ed
as a qualification, valid qualification.
That we challenged in the writ petitions. In the impugned judgment, the court says very shortly, I'm putting it, that Devesh Sharma covers the field. B.Ed is not equivalent. You can't be touched. You can't come in and claim that you have eligibility. which is what the central issue is. We are saying that as far, and your lordship will pass an interim order in November 2025, saying that all of us are allowed to participate. As far as Uttarakhand is concerned, from what I understand, the state has earmarked or kept aside a certain number of posts for us, and we have filed a contempt saying you're supposed to allow me to participate subject to the outcome, but you're. So now the simple question is this, Manoj, that have any of your lordship's previous judgments dealt with the simple situation of those who were teachers, who were eligible under the 2010 notification, who had been working as teachers, who had by 31st March 2019 received the 6-month bridge course, which made us eligible as per the RTE? The answer is no. Not a single judgment of your lordships have dealt with this specific issue. In fact, the Supreme Court judgment in Devesh Sharma, in one paragraph, last sentence, actually is under the contemplation, but this question never arose in Rajasthan because they were under the impression that those are the facts that arise everywhere. That's where we believe it is an error, but it's not dealt with. This issue is not squarely dealt with in any of these cases. That's why it comes up for the first time here. And whether we, as a specific class, who have achieved this by 31st March 2019. If I can take you to the RTE Act for a minute. No, it's very long. Yeah. Yeah. Just ask them to keep the compilation also. There's a convenience compilation.
Right to education. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So this is the 2009 Act, Section 23, Manoj.
सर appendix में डाला हुआ है इन्होंने।
We have a compilation.
Section
23, Manoj.
Yes.
I'll just read both. One, any person possessing such minimum qualification as laid down by an academic authority authorized by the central government by notification shall be eligible for appointment as a teacher. NCT, there's a notification that makes NCT the academic authority. Two, where a state does not have adequate institutions offering courses or training in teacher education, or teachers possessing minimum qualifications as laid down under 1 are not available in sufficient numbers, the central government may, if it deems necessary by notification, relax the minimum qualifications required for appointment as a teacher for such period not exceeding 5 years as may be specified in that notification. Provided that a teacher who at the commencement of this act, which is 2009, does not possess minimum qualifications laid down under subsection 1 shall acquire such minimum qualifications within a period of 5 years. Now, that 5 years came and went. Thereafter, this proviso is inserted, Manoj, which is inserted with effect from 1st April 2015. Provided further that every teacher appointed or in position as on the 31st March 2015 who does not possess minimum qualifications as laid down under subsection 1 shall acquire such minimum qualifications within a period of 4 years from the date of commencement of the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Act 2017 and salary and allowances, etc.
So now let us fall back onto the qualifications.
Yes.
What specific?
Yes. So if I can,
the qualifications.
There is the NCT circular.
it's in this compilation itself at page 115. No, I'll go from the beginning. Page 115 is 23rd August 2010.
115.
You are arguing from
At
which item?
119. That also, so sorry.
14.
Convenience compilation. I don't-
Yes. So 115 is in middle of Devesh Sharma's judgment.
No.
Somewhere in middle. वही judgment ही है. Upload
Convenience
it.
compilation is in 14.2. It's in 14 in item 14.2.
Convenience is there in 14 also.
There is a joint convenience.
So I've marked 14.2 if that's
14.2 all right. Page.
Yes. 14.2 has 3 convenience compilation volumes. We are on the first one. Yours is 14.
Page.
Page 115 at 119. 115 is Hindi. The Annexure C7. See, they're both using online. Annexure C7, your lordships have that? Page 119?
Yes, 115.
Yes, 115 at 119. The beginning is Hindi, 119 is. No, it is not here. It's not here. It's only 3. We do
Elementary education.
Yes.
So,
Mullah Justice Nath has it?
So PDF 103.
Yes.
Wait, so this is not relevant to the first part.
It's the next
So-
English.
Yeah, but. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. So in the middle of that, minimum qualifications, your lordship will see above it, it refers to NCT and section 23. Now, classes 1 to 5, 1A, senior secondary equivalent with 50% marks and 2-year in diploma in elementary education. That's DLED. And then DLED is repeated and BLED. That's in 1A. There's also the conjunctive requirement of the TET also. If you can skip to the bottom of page 120, for the purpose of this notification, a diploma and degree course in teacher education recognized by NCTE only shall be considered. However, in case of DL diploma in education and BEd special education, a course recognized in Rehabilitation Council shall also only be considered. 3. Training to be undergone. A person with BA, BSc with at least 50% marks and BEd qualification shall also be eligible for appointment for class 1 to 5 up to 1st January 12, provided he undergoes after appointment an NCTE recognized 6-month special program in elementary education. With DEd or BEd special education, qualification shall undergo after appointment and NCTE recognized 6 months. So that is special education. The first one is general. Now, clause 4, teacher appointed before the date of this notification. The following categories of teachers appointed for classes 1 to 8 prior to date of this notification need not acquire the minimum qualifications specified in para 1 above. And then the rest of this, none of this will apply to us. None of this applies to us. We are not appointed by prior to that. Yes. There's a proviso there, provided that a teacher of class 1 to 5 possessing BEd qualification or a teacher possessing BEd special education or DEd special education qualifying shall undergo an NCTE recognized 6-month special program on elementary education. So throughout, your lordship will see 3A applies directly to us and 4A proviso shows the spirit of the 6-month course, allowing a person with a simple BEd to be qualified to teach classes 1 to 5. Even this doesn't talk about only a pure BEd, because that's why Devesh Sharma frowned on it. Following this, Manoj, I'm just going chronologically. The proviso was inserted in 2017. That's proviso which your lordship said, with effect from 1/4/2015. It was inserted in 2017. One minute. Let me go one by one. Page 168. Well, it's annexure C17. This is only DLL, right? The lordships have page 168.
Yes.
Okay. 168 is the letter which is sent by the additional secretary in MHRD. It is this regarding training of untrained in-service elementary teachers in government aided, unaided private schools. It is appraised that the amendment to 23(2) of the RTE Act to extend the period of such training to 31st March has been passed by the Parliament. A broad strategy to complete the training of all such in-service untrained teachers by 31st March has been devised by MHRD. It has been decided that NIOS will be overall in charge for conducting the online DLED. The course will start from 31st, go until 31st March 19, etc. And it's for a duration of 18 months. This is what, just to illustrate what I said at the outset, that because they knew they were already in August 17 and they had to finish 18 months by the parliamentary stipulation of 31st March 2019. Now, page 129, Malos. 129.
All of you had this opportunity to complete the DLED.
Yes,
Because you already
DLED or BEd. depending on what qualification I had. B.Ed is a 4-year course. So if I had the B.Ed
Yes.
degree, then I have to
DLED.
fit. No, Manoj, there are 3 different degrees. One is BL.Ed, one is
DLED, yes.
B.Ed, one is DL.Ed. So
So
in
you-
B.Ed, I had 4-year
You had
B.Ed.
B.Ed.
I had B.Ed.
That's all.
I needed to do 6 months. The DL.Ed people needed to do 18 months. Yeah, who did not have B.Ed?
B.Ed is a 2-year course, I believe.
B.Ed is a
4
2 years
semesters.
2 years. 2
4
years.
semesters.
Sorry, B.Ed is 3-year course.
2 years. 2 years.
DL.Ed is 2, B.Ed is 3. Now page
B.Ed
one-
now has become 3. Earlier it was always 2 years only.
B.Ed. 4 or 3?
No, no. 2 years course only.
B.Ed is 3. B.Ed is 3 is from what I understand. No, he's saying 4. I don't know. Anyway, page 129. For a minute. I'll show. That's okay. Yeah. Whatever we had that. I'll show you. Just wait. Page 129. This is.
B.Ed is 2 years only.
Very well, Manoj. I'm not an expert on this, so whichever way, the 2 years plus you had to do this 6-month course.
Right.
So page 129, there are 2 orders which are passed on the same day. The first is at 129, the other is at page 126.
129 of your convenience compilation.
Yes,
only?
Manoj. I'm only taking you through the convenience compilation. Say, no, the PDFs are different. No, my lords have a different PDF.
2113. Recognition order 22nd September.
Yes, that's the
20.
one. 22nd September.
Hmm.
Now, this recognition order, please just see because I want to contrast it with page 126. Whereas the matter of recognition of the project proposal of NIOS for 6 months PD PET, that's what our course is called, program through Swayam portal for training of teachers having B.Ed qualification and teaching classes at primary 1 to 5 in government aided or private unaided was considered by NRC and NRC overserved as follows. Whereas NCT has received directions under 29 of the NCT Act from the MHRD, dated so and so, project proposal for recognition
NRC stands for?
I'm sorry, Manoj?
NRC stands for?
Northern Regional Committee of the NCT.
NCT.
Okay.
So the proposal is for conducting online, please mark that 6-month PD PET ODL program. That's what it is. Through the Swayam portal of Ministry of HRD for teachers having B.Ed qualifications and teaching classes at primary levels 1 to 5 in government aided or private unaided recognized schools. So all of us are being treated on par for the purpose of this. Now, if you compare this to page 126, Manoj, because it's the same day, it's to show that it mirrors with reference to DL.Ed. Page 126 is dealing with those who have DL.Ed. So the second paragraph, last sentence, the proposal is for conducting online DL.Ed program through the Swayam portal for the in-service untrained teachers at elementary levels working in so-and-so, aided and unaided. That is the DL.Ed one.
That would be for the ones who don't have the B.Ed degree.
Who don't have the B.Ed. So if you see the bottom of the page, the Roman 2, any provision related to duration of the program so as to reduce it to 18 months instead of 2 years and the requirement of 6 months internship to be subsumed within the duration of 18 months. So there was 18 months available. So 18 months was that course and the internship would be treated within that. They were trying to meet the deadline of. So these are 2 reflection orders. One is for the DL.Ed, the other is for the B.Ed. That's all it was. And confined only to in-service, my friend is right. Confined only to in-service. So you have a finite number who are coming to your lordships today saying we were in service, we had either B.Ed, we're not dealing with DL.Ed today, B.Ed, and we did the 6-month course. Now, no, do we need to go? What I feel, Manoj, there are many notifications after this, documents, etc., etc. I'm not going to trouble your lordships with that because upshot effectively is only this. This is all that had to be done. The states don't deny that we were in the saddle and we had the 6 months. The question is what Devesh Sharma has as an impact on this, for which if I can take you to 28 June 2018, which is a few pages on, page 133. Page 133 in the same convenience compilation. It's the next document, Annexure C10. 132 is Hindi, 133. Because this was in question in Devesh Sharma and struck down.
Yes.
So if I can just see in exercise of the powers 133 conferred by 23(1), etc. In the said notification, they're referring to 2010 notification where your lordship saw clauses 3 and 4. In that, after the words in brackets graduation and 2-year diploma in DLED, the following shall be inserted, namely, or graduation with at least 50% marks and Bachelor of Education, B.Ed. Lordship have that?
Yes.
So initially, your lordship will remember they had over there the BLED and the DLED in that first clause in para 1. Here they've added a fourth, which is graduation with at least 50% marks and B.Ed on its own. This was what was challenged. 2, please read 2. 2 is not challenged. 2 says, in the said notification in para 3, not in para 1, in para 3, following subpara shall be substituted, namely, who has acquired the qualification of B.Ed from any NCT recognized institution shall be considered for appointment as a teacher in classes 1 to 5, provided the person so appointed as a teacher shall mandatorily undergo a 6-month bridge course in elementary education recognized by NCT within 2 years of such appointment as primary teacher. This was not touched by Devesh. Devesh, in fact, subsequently says that if we are protecting somebody by interim orders who has B.Ed, you finish in 6 months and you can continue as eligible. Now let me just take you directly to Devesh so that there's no more further confusion on this count. Devesh is 11th August 2023. It starts at page 229 and extra sheet 31. 229. Yes. The issue is that para 6. Hence, no, I have 3 paras, not these others. Para 6 at page 235. Justice Nath has it?
Yes.
Para 6. Hence, the question of law to be answered in these cases is whether NCT was right in including B.Ed qualification as an equivalent and essential qualification for appointment to the post of primary school teacher, level 1. There's nothing about 6 months, etc. The Rajasthan High Court in the impugned judgment has quashed the notification dated 28/6/18, holding B.Ed candidates to be unqualified for the post of primary school teacher on level 1. Then the arguments are recorded. And if I can take you to para 31, which is at page 240. Para 31. It must 31. It must be emphasized that the pedagogical approach required from a teacher at primary level is in some manners unique. These are the initial formative years where a student has just stepped inside a classroom and therefore needs to be handled with care and sensitivity. A candidate who has a diploma in elementary education is trained to handle students at this level as he has undergone a pedagogical course specifically defined for this purpose. Then at para 33, they refer once again to this approach. And at para 34, they say a person who has a B.Ed qualification has been trained to impart teaching to secondary and higher secondary level of students. He is not expected to impart training to primary level students. Para 38 is the conclusion. It is therefore clear that a B.Ed course is not designed for teaching at primary level. So I would add the words only, meaning it is 6 months maybe, but just B.Ed on its own is not enough. Para 48. 48. Oh, 45? No, they want me to read 44, 45. I'll just read that. 44, which is 243. B.Ed is not a qualification for teachers at primary level of schooling. The pedagogical skills and training required from a teacher at primary level is not expected from a B.Ed trained teacher. They are trained to teach classes at a higher level, post-primary, secondary, and above. For primary 1 to 5, the training is DLED, or what is known as Diploma in Elementary Education. It's a DLED training course which is designed and structured to impart skills in a teacher who is to teach primary level students. 45. Therefore, by implication, the inclusion of B.Ed as a qualification amounts to lowering down of the quality of education at primary level. Quality of education, which was such an important component of the entire elementary education movement in this country, which we have discussed in the preceding paragraphs of this order. Para 48. The inherent pedagogical weaknesses in B.Ed courses for primary classes well recognized. And it is for this reason that in the impugned notification itself, it is provided that B.Ed trained teachers will have to undergo a 6 months training in elementary classes within the first 2 years of their appointment. This supports what we are saying. So obviously just B.Ed is not enough, but they note that B.Ed plus 6 months is noted in your impugned notification. Now para 63, my lords. It's at page 250, 250. It starts at the bottom of 249, which deals with the Society of Unaided Private Schools. But I'll just come to the top of page 250, the first line there about B.Ed not equipping a teacher to teach at primary level. This fact is implicitly recognized in the notification as well, which still requires a person who is appointed as a teacher with B.Ed qualification to mandatorily undergo a 6-month bridge course in elementary education. This defeats the very logic of including B.Ed as a qualification, as the very notification which pushes for the inclusion of B.Ed also recognizes its inherent pedagogical weakness in its relation to primary classes. It is to cover this defect that all such candidates must undergo a mandatory 6 months bridge course in elementary education! Exclamation mark. The irony here is that all this is being done when the state of Rajasthan already has more than the required number of diploma qualified candidates available, DLED, who are available. This is besides the fact that there is presently no such bridge course available. At least there was none till the disposal of the petition by the Rajasthan High Court. Rajasthan High Court disposed November 2021. 24th November 2021 is when Rajasthan High Court disposed of. The cutoff date, as your lordship saw, was 31st March 2019. All had completed by 31st March 2019. So any question that arose about a bridge course after that, which is not in consonance with 23, it may be in consonance with something else like clause 2 of the impure notification, etc. This factor is something that they note because the SLP is coming from Rajasthan, and say that because a bridge course is not being offered and you have enough DLED candidates, as far as we are concerned, we are dumping B.Ed alone as a qualification criteria. This is all that Devesh Sharma says. Devesh Sharma does not go further to say your B.Ed plus 6, which is clause 2 of the impure notification, is something we are striking down. It in fact shows the contradiction between clause 1 plain B.Ed and clause 2 B.Ed plus 6, and says what is the meaning of having B.Ed plus 6 if B.Ed is also there in the same notification. That's why there is a pedagogic failing in this. Now,
Says that it is for NCTE to take this decision.
yes, para 75, my lords, I'll just read para. Ms. Preetika Dwivedi is correct in showing me that I should read this out. Para, this is a different para? Yeah, SC7. There is the decision. Para 77. I'm sorry, para 77 also. Page 254. Page 254, para 77. The decision whether to include or exclude B.Ed as a qualification for teachers in primary school is an academic decision which has to be taken after proper study by the academic body, that is NCTE, and should be better left to this expert body. Yeah. The recognition order that we have is by NCTE, the one I showed you, the two of them of the same day, one for DLED and one for this with 6 months. So they have approved it fully. No. Enough. How much will you show the same thing again? Now, the next order, my lords, is in the MA in Devesh. I'm just showing you the relevant part of it because there was a question that once it's struck down, what is the fate of those who are already been protected by interim orders, etc.? They were being excluded because it was said that this judgment is entirely prospective. So if it's entirely prospective, then even those who had interim orders were not giving. DLED candidates were not being given the posts which they otherwise would have got. Page 262 of the compilation, Manoj. At para 8, page 262. The next one. It says, as it appears, I'm sorry, para 8, if I can just read para 8.
Yes.
As it appears that a large number of candidates with B.Ed had already been appointed on the basis of eligibility criteria specified by the educational authorities, we do not think it to be equitable to effect their removal. These are just plain B.Eds. We accordingly hold that the judgment delivered by this bench on 11/8/23 shall have prospective operation, but prospective operation of this judgment shall only be for those candidates who are appointed without any qualification or conditions imposed by any court of law, to the effect that their appointment would be subject to final outcome of the case, which might have had been instituted by them, and such candidates were in regular employment without any disqualification, and were appointed in pursuance of a notice of advertisement, where B.Ed was stipulated to be valid qualification. Services of only such candidates shall not be disturbed because of the judgment. We make it clear that this benefit is only for candidates who are appointed prior to the date of our judgment was delivered, that's 11th August. Mere selection of such candidates or the participation in the process will not entitle them for a benefit under our present order. Moreover, the candidates having B.Ed, whose appointments we are protecting in this judgment, will have to undergo a bridge course. So even the plain B.Ed who had not qualified like us by 31st March 2019, would still have to undergo a bridge course, and we direct the education authorities to devise such course which would be applicable for each state and union territory within a period of 1 year from today. This course shall only be for those appointees who have been engaged with B.Ed degree only. Here they use the word only finally. For those appointees who have been engaged with B.Ed only in the subject post under conditions stipulated in the earlier part of this order, NCTE shall design such course under overall supervision of Ministry of Education. Upon formulation of such course, the same shall be publicly notified. Time frame shall be given within which the candidates shall participate. Failure of candidate to participate and complete within the time frame, etc., will invalidate their appointment. This applies to those cases which are pending before any other judicial fora. At page 108, let me show the 108. Page 108, yes, C5. At page 108, there's C5, 106. Yes. Rule 7, Rule 9 is what I have to show you at 108. There's an Uttarakhand.
Yes.
I'm just showing you this state as an example. Page 108. Existing at page 108 was the DLED and 4-year. It says 4-year B.Ed. If I can show you in Rule 9, it says existing rules in the middle. Small Roman 2, 2-year diploma in elementary education and from any so and so institute, etc., which is known as a 2-year BTC or its equivalent. 2-year diploma in elementary education, DLED / 4-year B.Ed. Your lordships have that?
Yes.
Or graduation with 50% mark. So, and Bachelor of Education, B.Ed / Pedagogy Special Education from an institute recognized by NCT. Therefore, it says at the end, last sentence, it is mandatory to complete a bridge course of 6 months in primary education recognized by the government. This was the original clause. At 110, the substitution is 110 bottom, small Roman 2. You will find that the reference to B.Ed is gone. The small Roman 2, it says column 2 rule substituted by
Page?
110 bottom, 110 bottom, because it said the existing rule, and this is column 2 rule substituted by, it says 2-year DLED in the state of Uttarakhand from any district so and so and so, so. And then the candidate should have received records related to 2-year diploma DLED, 4-year BLED training in elementary education, or 2-year diploma in education, special education, etc., etc. Now this is what we challenge because the B.Ed is dropped from here.
B.Ed with bridge course is dropped.
So we are now disentitled from participating. The advertisement is issued shortly thereafter. That advertisement is also on record. It's in 2024 for 186 posts, which is advertised. The last date we had to apply by was 1st July, but because B.Ed plus bridge is excluded, we are in disentitled. So we file a writ challenging Rule 9 and asking for us to be included in the advertisement. The impugned judgment in that is delivered on 19th December 2024. They reject 8 writ petitions. And, oh yeah, thank you. Excuse me. And the reliance is entirely, it's at page what of the compilation? This is not in the compilation, but I'll just tell your lordship what it is. The impugned judgment is in that SLP as the impugned judgment in 14.2. But it's very clear in their conclusions at para 6 after they extract the judgment in Devesh Sharma at length, para 62 to 65. They conclude saying after the judgment rendered by the Supreme Court in the case of Devesh Sharma, B.Ed is not sufficient qualification for appointment as primary school teacher And completing 6 months bridge course will not improve the case of a candidate having B.Ed qualification. Perusal of the said judgment further reveals that notification issued by NCT on 18 June 18 was set aside by Rajasthan High Court and judgment rendered by Rajasthan High Court was upheld by Supreme Court. They refer to the review order also, which I've read to your lordships, which I had opened it up. And they say, however, Supreme Court has provided for bridge course only for such candidates who were appointed as teacher in government primary schools. That's not the wording at all, but that's what they've limited it to. On the strength of the B.Ed qualification after due selection. The protection given by Supreme Court is not available to petitioners as they are aspiring for appointment as teacher in a government primary school, and there is no threat to their employment as teacher in the private schools where they are serving. That's not why I filed it. I filed it because I'm not being eligible to apply for the government schools. And therefore, at para 10, they say we are not eligible. And they, para 12, they say the challenge thrown by petitioners to the recruitment rules is without force. Law is well settled and employer has an inherent right to determine qualifications. Forward. Okay. No, the others also. Yeah, okay.
कल दो जजमेंट
Oh, very well.
Inform the court master, you will get that date. इसमें लिखिए arguments of Mr. Gopal Shankar Narayan and senior counsel for the petitioners are for the state of Uttarakhand.
Against the state of Uttarakhand for the private individual.
Are continuing. Put up tomorrow for further arguments. Item? Huh? High on board next.
Service matter, high petitioners are retained.
Well, same request for 42 also. It's a
Everyone has the
contempt.
same request.
Well, it's a contempt matter, my lord.
You file me.
Item 42, my lord. Next week, iron board, my lord, if possible.
कोशिश करते रहिए. चलिए.